Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. Sorry about the no face cam. Just wanted to upload a quick update video showing that we were able to get King of Games with DDDs this season. I'm pretty happy I was able to do it early in the season because now I can start playing Malefics, Crystal Beast, whatever else that you guys want to see. And but first I wanted to make sure I would get King of Games with this deck that I find really fun before it gets overused and I ultimately have to put it away, use something different. The minor changes, oh by the way, if you were wanting to see the climb with this deck on stream, don't worry, I have a free-to-play account in which I built this deck on that we're gonna be climbing with on stream, strictly on stream. I'm not doing any off-stream climb with that account. I just wanted to get this one done so we can start playing something different. But anyway, the minor changes between this deck and my original deck list, I'm now running double High King Alexander as opposed to double Genghis, because mid to late game, if you need to top deck for a comeback, it is way easier with double High King Alexander, because say you have no cards in your hand and you top deck Contract. If you've already used your High King Alexander, there's nothing you can search with contract with the gate that's gonna let you do anything. You can't search Slime because you need another card. You can't search for Night Owl if you only run one Synchro and he's already in the graveyard. So that was the thought process there. If you search your Night Owl, then you can maybe bring back a Typhoon. When you Synchro into your second Alexander, the Typhoon is now active again because it was sent to the graveyard that turn. So you can follow up with a Beowulf, and then your High King Alexander is going to activate to summon something else from the grave. So you basically get your entire board back off of a Night Owl top deck if you run the double Alexander. The other change is I'm only running one Kite right now. And it's not because Kite Roid is not good, it's because I was seeing it way too often. I ran Kite Roid to have one of them in my hand and protect myself for a turn. But if I have two in hand, there's like nothing I can do with that. Most of those games were like immediate losses because you can't really stall for too long with two Kite Roids. One Kite Roid is great because you stall one turn and hopefully you're just missing that one top deck. Well, if you have two, then you need to draw two cards and you're not always going to be able to stall for 2 turns, especially against something like Cyber Dragons that just attack 3 times. So now I'm running triple Contract with the Witch, because if I brick with double Contract, I can at least discard one to activate the other one and protect myself somehow. With the 2 Kite Roids, I wasn't able to do that. Everything else stayed the same. I did try 3 Swamp King briefly, but it was kind of like the same story as the Kite Roid. I was drawing them way too often. Having 2 or 3 in the hand does nothing for you early game, so I just I left it at 2. It's still working really good at 2. It's really sort of broken when you have a board set up and this is like your top deck, or mid to late game top decking Swamp King can just bring you back into the game. So yeah, really good at 2. Other than that, still running Tie That Binds because I believe it's really important in the mirror match, which I expected a lot of them during the climb because everyone's trying them out. And yeah, other than that, the climb was sort of uneventful really. Let me show you the win streak first. So we won my last 10 games. The actual climb, you will see this duel, the actual King of Games climb, but I don't remember what else I saved from this, so it might be just some random games. But I believe the last 5 games was, well, okay, there we go. It was Blue Eyes, followed up by a mirror match, and then another mirror match with Grid. With Grid does nothing for you in the mirror match because High King Alexander can just break your Grid with 1 attack. So that's why I like ties for the mirror match. And then what do we had? Neos, Aura Mages, and then the actual King of Games match, which you will see. Yeah, so we got 4 replays. Because I wasn't really, I wasn't expecting to get, the 10 wins in a row. I thought I would, lose a matchup here and there, especially because the game kept making me go first, which is definitely not ideal for DDDs, but at least now that I have the 3 contract with the Witch, I can set up some protection. Or, you know, another thing that I started doing turn 1, like right here we have contract with the Witch. Another thing I started doing turn 1 is just Beowulf, because if you turn 1 Beowulf, you're basically forcing your opponent. Nice catacall tech, by the way. You're basically forcing your opponent to deal with the Beowulf or set no back row. And, you know, if they set no back row, it's pretty much a win for you, because then you should be able to follow up. Another good thing about contract with the Witch is that those awkward hands with Pendragon and Night Owl with nothing to get, you know, your combo started, you can at least contract with the Witch, the Pendragon, send to the grave, and then special summon with the Night Owl. So triple contract is definitely pretty good. Here we're gonna follow up with D-Arc. High Alexander activates to bring back the Pendragon. Easy win. But yeah, it was a nice catacall tech. Probably makes it really easy to go into Onimaru when you need to. Not necessarily off of the catacall, just like, you know, get a non-tuner level 7 with your, I'm assuming, level 5 tuner, synchro tuner he must be running. Alright, here we're going up against Element Sabers, and the matchup against Element Sabers is you're just hoping you can make them use their Malehu early, which is what I'm going to go for right here. Activate my contract with the gate, search Night Owl. I guess it's Night Owl. I keep calling him Night Owl. Well, it's whatever. We're gonna summon D-Arc. He goes Floodgate. Unfortunately, he had the Floodgate alongside the Malehu, so we're gonna use the Pendragon to force the Malehu. And he's a smart player. He waited until I discarded my with contract, because the destruction effect only happens with Pendragon if you gain the attack. So because he's flipping it face down, I'm not gaining the attack, and I just lose my card without popping anything. So here I'm just hoping he doesn't follow up with, you know, a big Purgatrio, which he doesn't. So now we can force the Malehu yet again. This time I'm searching the Typhoon, because Typhoon is going to let me do everything I need that you guys will see. So we're going to activate the Pendragon again to get the Malehu to activate. And we're going to use Typhoon's effect that no one ever uses it, because you have to normal summon it. Normal summon it. Then you tribute, it tributes itself to special summon another 7. Now that I have my second Pendragon, I can blow up the back row. The Typhoon is in the graveyard, so we can go into Beowulf. And thanks to Tie That Binds, we have just enough attack to get lethal on the board. Easy win, but we did get lucky that he didn't get his Alistair, but you know, that's how it goes, man. That's how the game be sometimes. And when it's your turn to take those, you take those. What is this? Oh, I think this was that Blue Eyes. So here we're going second, finally, PogChamp. But yeah, this is one of those awkward hands. If we didn't have Swamp King, you know, in order to get our Pendragon in the grave, at least we have contract with the Witch. Assuming we don't top deck into or Gate or Slime, which we don't. But you know what? We have Swamp King. So I'm trying to set up lethal over this back row, and my Ragnarok is lethal. So now I'm going to use the Night Owl, so I can bring back Pendragon, force the back row to activate, otherwise I destroy it. And this doesn't matter because, like I said, our original play, which was Ragnarok, is already lethal. All I have to do is attack the 0 attack monster, the 4 head left on the field, suck the Blue Eyes, 64 to the face. And not only that, Ragnarok allowed me to get my Night Owl back into my hand, so that if for some reason this wasn't lethal, it wasn't on the field, you know, vulnerable for me to take a lot of damage, and I had follow-ups in case he broke my board and I survived. And then last but not least, we have the actual King of Games Frank Cup match, which was not very eventful. I did go first, which I knew I would, because you know that's not ideal. Although in this match, maybe I was blessed to go first, because it is a Dark Magician matchup. So we're going first. We have Swamp King. We're gonna use double Pendragon to go into Beowulf. And like I said, we're forcing my opponent to either deal with Beowulf or set no back row. He's gonna go Magician's Rod. We also have the follow of Night Howl, which is great. Dark Magical Circle, get a Dark Magician, but no navigation, so he doesn't set anything. Otherwise, he's just gonna get nuked. And that's basically an easy win for us. We just bring back the Pendragon. I could have discarded Slime to get rid of the circle, but he's dead right now anyway, so we're just gonna go High King Alexander. Activate Contract. And the broken thing about Contract with the Swamp King is that I could have used my Beowulf on the field. He only goes to the graveyard. He doesn't get banished. Then whatever we summon is going to trigger my High King Alexander, and then we just get the Beowulf back. So once you have an established board, Swamp King just becomes broken because you can use the monsters and then just float as long as you have a Genghis or a High King Alexander. But that's pretty much it for this. Like I said, we're still gonna climb with DDDs. That's kind of why I wanted to finish one off stream, because I didn't know if you guys were gonna be up to a full run to King of Games with DDDs followed by another full run to King of Games with DDDs. So I was like, I'll get my main account done so I can start testing other things such as Malefic. We might test Cybers and maybe even Dinos. And then in the free-to-play account, slowly but surely, because I think we're starting at like Platinum, we'll get, hopefully, the King of Games on stream. But yeah, I still love this deck, and I can only look forward to when we get more and more cards from this archetype. I'm really happy with my investment. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.